Your brand is your reputation. So in each interaction you have with others, has the opportunity to create a memorable experience, teaching them what they can expect from you. So this is your brand. This is your personal brand, letting people know what they can get from you. Hi, I'm Miss Miliana and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about personal finance, personal branding, career building, business building, and marketing, how to sell yourself and how to sell things you sell, how to sell your services. If these topics are of interest to you, please, you're welcome to this community. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this channel to your friends. That's a new communities are for us to learn about our finances, how to position ourselves as a brand, how to position ourselves to build our career, how to position our businesses, and how to market and get the sales done. So if these are of interest to you, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment to push us further. So I'm Miss Miliana once again, and I am working on building some consistency here. There's a lot of ups and downs in this thing I'm doing right now because I have no concrete plan going on right now. But the thing is, I want to be producing content that talks about these things, finance, branding, and all that. The 5 topics I have mentioned. And for today's video, which I'll be posting tomorrow. So today is Monday, 22nd of April, and I intend on taking this shoot raw, editing just the lighting, and then posting it as we go. So there's not going to be much editing to be done. So pardon me with all the errors. I'm not going to edit as much as I'm not going to cut and do all those things just because I plan on showing up each and every time, and that helps me myself as a community leader to learn these topics, and you learn the raw facts, and we all experience it as we go. So for today's video, I will talk a little bit about personal branding and a little bit about finance, since I wasn't able to drop a video today. So for personal branding, let's deal with personal branding before to talk about personal finance. For personal branding, we are going to use the PwC personal brand workbook. And for the workbook, it talks about it defines personal brand in some key topics. So the first thing under your personal brand is define your X factor. So your X factor are your strength. I term it as your strength. Understand your Y factor. Why do you want to do this? Something like that. Eliminate your Z factor. So your Z factor is your weaknesses, and then ready, set, show. So when you define your X factor, you understand your Y, you eliminate the Z factor, then you are ready and you are set to show up your brand. So for the first thing we are going to do is to define our X factor for this video, and we have 5 questions that will help us do that. So as you are watching this video, you can have a pen or paper or just somewhere around you, just take note of these questions, and then I don't know how to put it, but then be intentional about it. We are being intentional about it so that we build ourselves up. This channel is purposely for self-development, and we are getting there gradually. We weren't like this last year. We've come a long way. So let's get into the question. So the first question is, what are the strengths that others acknowledge in me? So what are the strengths that others acknowledge in you? What are the easy things people see you do? People from way back, people see me to do easy mathematics. Like they see me to do mathematics as easy. And I have also realized that I do mathematics with ease. People see me and realize that, oh, I'm a model. People also see me and realize that hotels What else do they see? What else do they see? I am multitasking. I like to do a lot of things. I know to do a lot of things. So there's a phrase that most of my friends say, what at all does Franca doesn't know how to do? Like a lot of people who know me as Franca just know that I do a lot of things. What at all does Mariana don't know how to do? So I do a lot of things. So now I have to sit down and narrow them down. I can narrow them down to breathing. I can narrow them down to a lot of things, but then I have to make sure that I get the concrete ones. So the second question is, when working on a team, what roles do I seek to fulfill? When working on a team, so today I had at a meeting. I was pointed out to realize that I have a communication problem when it comes to teamwork. Aside that, I would say I'm the observer in a team. I'm an observer in a team, and also when given the role as a leader, I run with everybody that I make sure of. So far as I'm an observer, I like to listen to my audience. I like to listen to my group members, and then we work with it. And then listening to makes me know how I can handle each and every person. So I would say I would either be a leader or be a quiet servant. The quiet servant meaning that I don't really ask questions. I don't really I just go with the flow. If I understand, let's go. If I don't understand, that's when I raise some questions and that's it. If there's something going on, I don't really communicate that much. So that's what I'll say. And some of the things I've just mentioned are weaknesses, Z factor, which we will eliminate as we grow. So the third question is, when faced with an overwhelming obstacle, what are my go-to skills to overcome it? So most of the times, growing up, when I'm faced with obstacle, I run away. Immediately I realize there's something coming to hit me, whether emotions or something, I'll run away from it. So I have a lot of memories that I have buried and I don't remember them because I ran away from them. I really don't want to feel the pain, so I just bury it and I just don't. Maybe if I have to cry, I won't cry over it. I just dump it somewhere and go do other things to distract me, and I don't visit that memory again. And as time goes on, I forget the memory. Unless maybe one time when I get to therapy, that's when things will strike. Or it will bring things up for me to maybe cry upon over it. But then that's what mostly I do previously. But for now, when obstacles are coming, I am building myself up to face it and to be able to face the emotions and chest it fully and then work around it and find solutions. So what I do now is when I get an obstacle, I immediately find solution. I ask what's the worst thing that can happen. If I find out the worst thing that can happen, what else can I do to avoid and to manage the worst thing? So now I think I'm getting better at it. And if I have to cry, I cry and it's okay then just trashing it and then never visiting it again. It's not good. It has made me lost a lot of memories. So I have a lot of gaps in my memories from childhood till some point. And I realized that I'm harming myself than doing myself good. So have been it's personal here, but that's the whole purpose of this. We are not trying to just come and teach you, and I'm not just trying to come and teach you, but to also educate myself. We are all learning here. So the fourth one is 5 questions. So we are on the fourth one. What was the most successful project I've ever tackled, and what made me successful? The most successful project I've ever tackled now, currently, is me diving into data analytics personally, and I have some certificates that I am so proud of that I have. I did all that by myself with my PC, and I'm so proud of myself. And I feel these past 5 months working on data analytics by myself is a stepping stone for me to become a great data analyst and to get a good job from it. So that's what I'll say for that. And the final question is, what was the most important team role I've ever fulfilled and why? So for team role, that's a tricky question. I try to answer each question so that you get to know how you can also answer it, and also I also get to have a fair knowledge of what I'm to do. So, what was the most important team role I've ever fulfilled and why? So, the most important team role I've ever fulfilled is to be a leader, leading my MTV team, trying to listen to them, trying to come up with projects. I think that's the most important fulfillment. Like, I feel fulfilled when I step into that. Yes. Most of the times when I'm in a team, I am quiet because I always feel that when people are talking, when I bring up an idea, people don't get me, but that same idea is communicated in a different way and they pick it. So I'm like, in the nutshell, you're always going to pick my idea, so I don't have to talk. You go do the talking at the final end. You people are going to make the right choice, which is my idea. So I don't do much talking. But when I am leading, I get to bring up the idea, and then they go around talk about it and still end up on the idea. So it's like I listen to everybody's phone and channel it to my idea, and we are good to go. Okay, so that brings us to the end of personal branding for today. So let's do a little quick personal finance. So personal finance, since today's video is not mainly focused on personal finance, but since you are lacking some personal finance video, let's do a quick simple rules to help you own your financial future. These 10 simple rules apply to everyone, not just entrepreneurs. Okay, so I took this page from an entrepreneurship book that talks about financing and entrepreneurship. So the first thing is, nothing is free. You have to sacrifice something to receive something good. Every benefit has a cost. So nothing is free. In my own opinion or in my own understanding, everything has a value. Everything has a value. It doesn't have to be monetary value, but then let's just say you pay an amount to go for a conference. At the end of the conference, you're not going to get a physical cash that, yay, you went for the conference and you had this physical cash, but the knowledge that you're going to be impacted with is the value you get from the conference. So everything has a value, either bad or good. So it's up to you to identify that this value is good for my growth and it's good for me to pay for this value. This value is bad for my growth and it's good for me to withdraw, for me not to pay money on it. So when you are able to identify these things, it actually helps you to know where your money has to go and where your money doesn't have to go. Asking the question that, does this thing add value to my life before buying it, actually makes sense a lot. For the past 9 to 10 months, or 10 months, yes, I second question myself before buying anything. And if I'm even buying outfit, I make sure I buy outfit that is future invested. So I don't buy outfit to wear just one day and dump it into my closet. I have not gotten to that level whereby I'll buy one outfit for an event and keep it in my closet and do yard sales or clear sales and clear my closet. I'm not there yet. So I always buy more outfits that I can wear multiple times, because that's where my value, like that's where my money level is, and that's where I get the value of my money. I hope you get it. So these are 10. So let me be fast about it. The second one is, be mindful of short-term versus long-term trade-offs. In short-term indulgence, worth it no. Okay, so let me take this again. It's a short-term indulgence with a long-term sacrifice. Oh wow, that's a tough question. So it's a top no, 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 it's a short-term indulgence with a long-term sacrifice. So you're indulging something. Is it worth a long-term sacrifice? So I'm at a stage whereby I either burn a bridge, let me put it that way, not to get into more details. You get into more details as you go further. Okay, you open up keys, don't worry. So as I'm currently here, I am on a bridge. I'm using my daddy's terms. I am on a bridge that everybody mostly pass on, or most people pass on, and they actually end up on the bridge for so long, like for 8, 10, and maybe even 15 years on that bridge till they get to their own bridge. But my dad told me that, why don't you just burn the bridge and build yours? And that is literally it. So let's say you are in school, you are actually finding it difficult to pay for school fees and all that, and you have a talent in fashion. As you are indulging the short term of struggling to pay your fees for 4 years, is it worth the sacrifice of you being a full-time fashion designer, working on celebrities' clothing in the long term? Think about it. Why don't you just start the fashion designing now? And in the long term, it pays off. Or even if you're done with the school with all the struggle, are you going to use the certificate, or you're going to dump the certificate and still do your fashion designing? Choose wisely. And I think I even got my answer. Wow, the signs I'm getting these days saying I have to burn the bridge. I really have to burn the bridge. If I don't burn the bridge, it's going to be a long walk for me, and I think I'll regret it in the future. I just realized that my mic is off. I think I didn't charge it because of one or two reasons. Electricity issues. So I have to be vocal enough to just end the video. So I'll just merge the old one, the previous one to this one. So we were at the third one. So I said it's 10, but I think we'll do 5, and then we'll do the 5 next week. So let's do the third one so that we can wrap up. So the third one is debt can change your life, both for the better and for the worst. Don't let debt destroy your life and determine your future. That's so simple. So from high school, I learned about bad debt and good debt. And practicing or working in the bank, I've also seen what it really means, that this is bad debt and this is good debt. And yes, debt can actually make your life. In fact, there are people who have used debt to build assets and like real-time money, like in the real estate business. And there are some people who have also used debt to destroy their lives. And most of the time, where we find ourselves in Africa, we don't know much about the good debt. So we only know of the bad debt where we borrow to just eat, and then we find later when we get money, we pay off, and then we go back to square zero again. But then make sure you are living your life debt free. Let's say from last year July, I made sure I live my life debt free. I actually decided to understand credit card, but here in Africa or here in Ghana, let me say it well so that no one going to see Ghana as Africa. So here in Ghana, credit card, I don't see credit card that much. Yeah. So I don't really know how credit card works, but I have been able to explore MTN Momo, MTN Quick Loan, to see if there's bad debt or good debt. So this is what I did, not knowing I was doing something. I was teaching myself something. So with MTN Momo, when you actually start, I think you start at 70 CDs. And at that time, 70 CDs, when you take 70 CDs loan, you are going to pay about 7 CDs or 6 CDs, something percent as interest. And you pay, like, it was small for me. I just paid it. I took pay, and as I took, my score started increasing, or the money I can borrow started increasing. I moved from 70 to one something to 300 to 400, and I was like, this is nice. So meaning that if I keep taking and keep paying, I can actually start a business with the money. Let's say it gets to 1,000 Ghana cedi. That was like 4 years ago. No, 4 years ago. So I was now coming to school fresh. So I had that mindset that, okay, so let me just try building my scores on MTN Momo, in a case whereby when I want to start a business, I can borrow from MTN, maybe 1,000 Ghana cedis, start a business on campus, and within 14 days, I can get the 1,000 Ghana cedis back, plus my profits, plus the interest, and pay MTN, and then take another one and keep building. So that was the mindset. I think that's the understanding I had from my small knowledge from junior high school on good debits also. Good debits, yeah. Good debts, I mean. So I started that, and now looking back, I was like, it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot because at some point in time, I always regretted, and I'm praying that I don't owe people. So why am I owing and all that? But now I realize that it actually taught me something. Even if I had been so bold enough and started a business, I would have gone so far with that business. I think I did, but I just didn't stay consistent on that business, like it would have blown. But these are all little things you learn when you start to take some actions. So 4, interest is your friend. If you are receiving it, if interest is your friend, if you are receiving it, interest is your enemy if you are paying it. So it's literally just like it's literally debt. So when you invest your money, the interest you are receiving is nice, but when you borrow and you are paying the interest, it's painful. Literally, that's it. And the last one we are going to take for today is save and invest as early as you can. Small savings today can create numerous opportunities in the future. Let the magic of compounding be your friend. I'm a testimony to that. Magic of compounding is really magical. So the beginning of making money is to start earning money, and when you start earning money, save. It helps, like, save. And this time around, when you are saving, what changed my life for the past 10 months is, this time around, when I am saving, I'm not just saving because of saving. I save with a clear goal. I am saving for my school fees, which is 4,000 Ghana cedis. I am putting 500,000 Ghana, 50,000 Ghana, 500 cedis, 500 cedis down monthly for my school fees, which is 4,000, which means that I'm going to hit that 4,000 in 8 months. Is it possible? And the school fees is due in the next 4 months, meaning that I have to get another assistant to help me get the rest of the balance, because I'm not going to hit the 4K, like something like that. I'm not doing the calculation right because I'm trying to rush the video. All right, so we've learned a lot today, and in summary, all I can say is that when you start building your personal brand, identify your strength, and define your strength. Make it very known to you, like make it very known that these are things you love, these are things people also acknowledge about yourself. And that's the beginning of your personal branding. You knowing, that's knowing yourself, you knowing yourself, what you can offer and what people think you can offer. You hear people commenting about yourself, the good comments, I mean, not the ones that like degrade your, question your self-worth and all that, but then take acknowledge of what you can do and build from there. Then other thing we also talk about is your personal finance, and I ended with save with a clear goal, save with a clear vision, save with a clear purpose for what you want your money to do for you. Also, your debt can be your interest can be your friend or can be your enemy. It's better to take the friend one than the enemy one. Don't go borrowing. Don't try to stay away from debt as much as possible if you don't know how to deal with good debt to be good. Yeah. All right then. Hi, I'm Miss Miliana, and we've come to the end of today's video. Sorry for the breakages. I didn't have stable gadgets because I haven't been able to charge my gadgets fully to run with it. And I hope you stay consistent. I hope I bring you more information, and you see that how the information is going to transform my life physically, for you to realize that these informations are not just normal information but actionable information that will change your life as well. Come to the Miss Miliana community, which is the MTB community. If after you have watched me up to this point, I want to say thank you so much, and I love you. Stay blessed, stay positive, keep shining, keep glowing. Alright, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Miss Miliana. Share this video, leave your comment, what you learned today, what stood out for you, what you are going to be working with this year, and let me know what you think about these topics we are going to be discussing in the comment section. Thank you once again, and I'm so appreciative of you all. Your support has been noticed. Yeah. All right then, and it's peace out.